How do? Welcome back to Witcombe Park Farm. Last episode we got all of our fields drilled. We did a couple of contracts to give us enough cash to get through the winter months, to pay off our hire purchases and our loan, small loan we've got. We're currently getting some fertiliser onto our crops. This is the first field I've done, using the new tractor because it came with the Isera Pro as standard, so we got that turned on, the crop sensor. Not quite sure what is going on with the application rate though, because it says no values detected. Some parts of the field it does pick up a value, some parts it doesn't, which is a little bit strange. The only thing I can think is that it is because it's not a base game crop. The application rate is changing as we go, but we're not even coming to the end of his first headland and we've already used over half a tank of fertiliser, which is slightly concerning. At least the application rate's changing though, so we know it's doing something. It just doesn't seem to like the triticale, which is fine. Not the end of the world. So plan for this episode. I see that it just popped up to say that it had picked up the application rate, but it's gone again. So it's yeah, it's a bit strange. But plan for this episode is we need to get all of the fields fertilised. So that's good because it's only using half of the boon there. So it is working as intended, which is nice. We're not wasting fertiliser. We may have to buy some more because we only started with one IBC and I think we had 20% in the sprayer to begin with. And we've used 70% already, so it's looking like we will have to buy some more liquid fertiliser. I'll probably just put it straight into the tanks that's on the farm to save us going to and from the store. Yeah, so plan for today, for this episode, we need to get all of our fields fertilised. We'll do that in the month of October. We'll have a look at contracts. I don't imagine there's going to be much throughout October contract-wise, but we can have a look, see if there's out that piques our interest. If not, we shall move on to November. We need to get some narrows on this tractor. I was going to do the Fent, but because this has got the crop sensor on it already, we'll just get it done on this. We need to get the weeds sprayed off in November. And then I just want to have a look, once we've finished this pass, at when is the best time for us to sell all of our produce. We've got rye, we've got poppy, we've got straw, and we've got silage that all needs to go. Those bales in the storage should have finished fermenting by now. We should be into silage, but we can have a look after we've done our spraying. Not the end of the road if not, because we've still got a few months. I think January is the best time for silage off the top of my head, but it doesn't fluctuate that much, so not an issue. I've had a little bit of a break from Farming Sim. Not on the recording front, we're still doing that, but just on... so normally what I would do in my spare time, I'd play Farming Sim as well. Just get all my time on Farming Sim, but we've had some really good games come out recently. Not simulation games, there has been a couple of sim games, but none that's really piqued my interest. Windrose is something that I'm currently bashing out. Pirate survival game. We got Grounded 2 as well. I've been playing that. We've had quite a lot of updates on that recently, but good game, don't get me wrong, but it's not as good for me, I think, as Grounded 1. Whether that's just personal preference, I don't know. But if any of you guys play Windrose or Grounded 2, let me know your thoughts on it. It's taken up a lot of my time is Windrose. It's super addictive. Brilliant game. And there's so much content, say it's still in early access as well. Right, so we've still got something left in this IBC. Not sure how much. Maybe half, if we're lucky. Yeah. So let's see how far this gets us before we start buying. We've also, talking about survival games, we've got one of my most waited for games releasing in a couple of days, Subnautica 2. Spent a lot of time on Subnautica, the original one. So I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into Subnautica 2 when that comes out. My only concern is what they've put down for recommended specs on the computer. Is quite high. My computer, I'm not running a potato by any stretch of the imagination, but the specs they've put out is pretty crazy compared to the last game. Don't have Windows 11. Don't have any I don't have any plans to get Windows 11 either. I only hear bad things about it. So as far as gaming goes, seems to be that updates cause issues for games. Hopefully though, my computer will be able to run it, because I haven't got 600 quid spare to buy a new GPU, unfortunately. So, but yeah, super hyped for Subnautica 2. Again, let me know if you're waiting for it. We did have Sub-Zero, but that was a bit hit and miss, really. I thought would have been better as a DLC, as originally planned, as opposed to a second game. But yeah, we've got a lot of good games being released recently, and a lot more to come. So Farm Sim may have to take a back seat. Like I say, not for the YouTube channel, but just for me personally, in my spare time. Right, this field is nearly done. I'm hoping when we come to do the grass that it will pick up the values. See, it's doing it there, but not there. I don't understand, but it is what it is. So we'll get that last little bit done. We've got the other smaller triticale field next to this one to do. Then we've got the two grass fields and the poppy field up top. We're definitely going to have to buy some more fertiliser, but I'm only going to buy it as and when we need it, because we are super tight on cash. And like I said, we do have, I think it's about £3,500 monthly fees with the hire purchases and the loan. Okay, first field done and dusted. I want to have a look at prices before we move on. And I'm probably going to buy a bit of fertiliser. Seems to be after we've fertilised it, it's picking up the application rate. So I wonder if it's just because we haven't fertilised it yet. Well, let's head over to our liquid fertiliser tank, buy a bit of fertiliser. A couple of 1,000 litres maybe. Hoping should be enough. Wow, that's got a big capacity. 2,000 litres. We'll do it 2,000 litres at a time. Like I say, we need to be super cautious on our money. Right, so prices and when is the best time to sell? Oh, we got the barley as well. I forgot about that. So barley's January. Poppy's January. Rye's January. Where we're looking at straw and silage. Silage anytime other than now, but it's only a £2 difference, so it doesn't really matter. And I believe straw's January as well. January, yeah, so January is the time. Any contracts jumping out at me? Cultivating? No, we did enough of that last episode. Still got harvesting contracts. Yeah, green beans, don't think so, even if it is 20 grand. That would take an absolute age. Ploughing. The problem is I don't think the eye worker would do that in the time that we fertilise those fields. So we'll leave it. We'll leave it for now. We've got enough money to keep us ticking over for the next few months, so it's not that urgent. So we'll get this field and the grass fields done. Crop sensor's still on, yeah. Again, it's not picking up the values. We have bought the soil samples, haven't we? Yeah, we've got everything we need. Okay. Might do the big poppy field as well. We'll play it by ear, see how long it takes us to do this and the two grass fields. But yeah, let's crack on, get these done, and I'll see you soon. Right, we've got our last little bit on the final field. That went fairly well. The grass fields didn't take hardly any fertiliser, which were nice. We did have to buy some more to finish this poppy field, and I did overbuy thinking about it. I would have got away with probably, what, maybe 500 litres, if that, maybe even a bit less, but it doesn't matter. It's a start for next year. We're always going to need fertiliser, so it's not the end of the world. I think after we've done this, I am just going to pass through to January. We do have to spray the weed off, but we can do that in January. It doesn't have to be before. There's no contracts I want to do, and winter contracts are always the worst ones anyway. Deadwood and wood transport, ploughing, stuff I don't really want to be doing. And we're not that desperate for money. This should take us through to January when we sell off our gear. I don't like skipping on so many months, but I think in year one it's kind of inevitable really, because we've got no animals. We haven't got any forestry land or anything like that that we can be working on over winter. So the only thing for us to do really is contracts, but the winter contracts are always worse ones. So we will skip on to January. Hopefully, year 2, winter months, we might have something to do. Not sure what, because we're not going to be able to afford much, but you never know. I will check the sale each month. Not for equipment, but for consumables. Don't want to be tempted by any equipment, but if a load of lime or fertiliser comes up cheap, then we need to be getting that. Right, there's nothing there at the moment, so unless anything pops up in the sale, I will see you in January. January is upon us, and it brings a shed load of debt, nearly 5k in the red, but that'll be fine because we can sell off all of our produce. Nothing's popped up in the store over the couple of months we've skipped. Herbicide. Ooh, we want that for 1200 quid. So once we've sold off our stuff, that's going to be our first port of call. Let's just check prices. Is on the decline. But the good thing here, we've got the farm shop on site. I mean, Oakbridge Mill is £100 per 1,000 litre. So yeah, that'd be 1,800 quid. So we can't. The barley's got to go to mill. Poppy. There's only 10 quid difference, so that can go to farm shop. The rye. 794 again, 10 quid difference, that can go to farm shop. And the wheat. Farm shop's the best price. So everything apart from the barley. Oh no, it's not £100 different at all. What am I on about? It's £5 different. So everything can go to the farm shop on site, which is amazing. What about the straw? Straw as well, and silage. Yeah. Well, biogas plant. Look at that. It's supposed to have levelled out. I mean, let's say it's only 2 quid difference, and it's actually up 375 at the biogas plant. So let's jump into the New Holland. Why not? We'll grab the trailer, and everything apart from the silage is going to our own farm shop, which is absolutely amazing. So, where is the farm shop in comparison to the silo? It's just there. So we just have to do one lap at farmyard, which is amazing. I'm over the moon at that. That's such a good feature that we can just sell off all of his gear on his own farm. Right, barley to start. Whoa, what's it filling? What are we filling? Why are we filling seeds? Where have the seeds come from? What is going on? Well, that's not good. I'm going to have to dump those. How come that started filling seed? Surely it can't be picking up this building instead of the silo. It is. 800 litres. I'm going to have to move them. That's annoying. I wasn't expecting that. Let's try again. It's not registering the silo. We're out at the right place, aren't we? Yeah, farm silo. Oh, there we go. Right, so we'll start with barley. It's because it's that spout there, that's why. Okay. Okay, nice. The barley netted us nearly 17,000. That's very nice, because that was our smallest amount. And also, I think, the cheapest. So that bodes well. I think we'll do probably the poppy next, because we can get all that into one trailer. So yeah, 68,000 litres of rice. That's going to be like, what, 3? Maybe even 4 trailer loads. Another 10.5 grand from poppy. Very nice. Next up, we've got the wheat. First load of that. Another 19.5. So we get 20,000 litres per trailer. So we're going to have another 2 trailers near enough, 1.5 of wheat. And then we're going to have like 3 and a bit trailers of rye. So you never know, we might actually have enough, after all's said and done, to buy a field. We just need to make sure we don't leave ourselves short for the higher purchases and loan we've got. We don't want to be in the red again. First load of rye, all the wheat's gone. 12.7 for a load of rye, which is not too bad. I think we've got about 2 more of those. So we should be over the 100k mark, because we've still got the straw and the silage as well. First load of straw, bloody hell, that got us nearly the same amount as the crop did. And we've got 66 bales of straw to go. So that's really good. Alright, that's the last of the straw bales. My god, did they make us a lot of money. Mad to think it's a... well, I suppose it's a byproduct of the crop, but straw is expensive in real life for horses and all that sort of jazz. So we just got the silage bales left. Just considering whether it's worth taking them to the biogas plant or whether we just take them to the farm shop. So biogas is 375, farm shops 356, so 20 quid per 1,000 litre difference. So what's that? 5,000 litres is 100 quid, so every 50,000 litres is £1,000 difference, is that right? I think so. So yeah, we'll just take them to farm shop because it's right there. Wowzers, 34,000 on those silage bales. We've still got another half trailer to go. Woo, we're in the money, and in the money. Right, another 20 grand. So let's have a look. What have we made overall? So we are in January. So we made 151,000 off bales. And 120,000 off the harvest. So we made more off the bales than we did off the harvest. Which is mad to think. And then 5.5 grand environmental boost. So 276,000 off year one. Which is brilliant. Because if you think about it, we're going to have more yield this year. Because we've limed and fertilised properly. We've got an extra grass field, which until we get animals, is going to carry on as silage. For money like that, I can't say no. And that can be sold at any time of the year, really. So, let's get to spending. First things first, I want that herbicide. 1,200 quid for 4 IBCs. Is redonkulous, so we'll take that, thank you very much. I'm not going to look at the sale because I'll end up buying stuff. I want a field, we're looking at 48, but what crop? Oh, it's potatoes. It's potatoes. I was kind of hoping for a field with a crop in that we can harvest. But there's not much about. So 67 is triticale, interestingly. Oh, that's 100% silty clay though. 7 acres for 183 grand. I mean, I suppose we could get 48, and we could just lease a harvester. It's only 3.8 acres though. It's only a small field. And we got 270 grand to play with. I'd quite like a field that's got decent soil. 61's not a bad shout. Wouldn't be able to plant anything until... well, we're not going to do cotton. And we're not going to do field grass. I don't know what the difference is between field grass and standard grass. We do have a spring plant of poppy though, which is pretty nice. Just wondering what linseed Because that plants in March as well. And is that something we can just sell as is? Linseed is 1,300 quid per 1,000 litres. And the poppies 30, about the same, so maybe then we buy 61 and get some linseed in there in March. Well, we're going to buy that anyway. Let's buy the soil samples for it. So, linseed, is that a combinable crop? It is. Okay. So we will need to lime it. Don't need to do that yet though. That leaves us with another 137k. We could get another field. Which one is the question? We could afford that. We'll still leave us 20 grand. 100% sandy loam. Maybe that one. I know it's only 2 acres, but it's 112% yield, 68% loam. There's nothing in it, but we could get some linseed in there. Obviously can't afford something like that. That's only 75k. What's that? 2.4 acres, 71% loam. And that's 2.1 acres. So I reckon we buy that. So that's 2 new fields, which are going to be planted with linseed come March. And that leaves us 60 grand in bank to play with. Grass is ready to harvest, but that'll need another month. Okay, we're looking pretty good. We're going to have poppy, triticale and linseed come harvest time. We're going to have the 2 grass fields which will do silage. Is there anything we can pay off? We could pay off that. I don't know what it is. Let me just check. ZATS. So that is the fertilizer spreader. We could pay that off. Problem is then I don't want to leave myself short. Do we pay the loan off? Might as well do. It's only 6.5 grand. It's 1 more month payment left on that. So that's fine. So we've got 55 grand left over. They're both, the new fields are both cultivated up, so that's good. We just need liming and drilling. So next up, we need to get some narrows on the versatile, on the Nemesis. And we need to go grab that herbicide. Might as well take this tractor down to store. We can put narrows on our own service shop, but we might as well take it to the main store because we've got that herbicide to pick up. Because this has only got 8, well, nearly 9 work hours on it, we need to start using this more than the older tractors that have got over 2,155 work hours on. So we'll get the New Holland put into a shed for now. And then all we've got left to do this episode then is just spray off the weed. Should fit nice and snug in here. No. Okay, scrap that. We've got that greenhouse as well. I keep forgetting about that. I need to buy a water tanker at some point, but it's not priority at the minute, although we would use it for rabbits as well. Although we've not even given them any food or out yet. I'll put it in here because we will need the mower next month. Or is it March? Is February a growth month? Or January, I should say. Can't remember. Let's have a look on crop calendar. Yeah. No. No, it's not. December, January, February. So yeah, it's going to be March for grass. Right, let's take this down to the store, pick up his herbicide, put his narrows on, come back, and then get the fields sprayed off. Right, loaded up the herbicide. Let's have a look how much it's going to cost us. We might as well, whilst we're here, 40k on a repaint. You absolutely mental. 4.5 grand on a repair. Wheels, we want narrows. Don't want twins. Narrow twins look absolutely ridiculous. Right, yeah, so the standard narrows, £1,000. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Right, let's get back to farm. Get these fields sprayed off. And then that will do it for this one. Very good episode. Loads of money made. 2 new fields bought. I'm absolutely buzzing with progression. Right, we're back at farm and we have begun spraying. Even though we've got the Isera Pro, we haven't got a See and Spray sprayer. So we are going to use more herbicide than what I would like. But it is what it is, I suppose. I would like to get See and Spray. But they are quite expensive. I mean, luckily we've got the four IBCs of herbicide, so it's not. We're not going to run out. I can't get them in the same tank as the fertilizer, the liquid fertilizer. I thought with there being 4 tanks, it might let me do it, but it didn't. So if we do want to store it separately, we're going to have to build another tank, which is not top of the priority list at the minute. We can just get the telehandler to move them into a shed somewhere, which is fine. God, it's getting dark already. It's only 3 o'clock. So normally, if we've got the See and Spray, 1 tank of herbicide would easily do all 3 of our fields. But I imagine... Oh, come on, turn, son. I imagine this one... Well, we've done 25% already. We're not even halfway through Edlands, so it's going to be same as the fertilizer. I'm going to use a fair whack of it. So after we've done spraying all of our fields off, we'll pass into February. If there's nothing to do in February, I know there's going to be nothing to do on our fields, but we can have a look at contracts. If there is nothing to do, we can just head into March and get the linseed drilled. That's our next big job on farm. We do need to get the fields limed, the 2 new fields. And we haven't got any lime on farm at this point. got a little bit in the sprayer, but it won't be anywhere near enough. Not sprayer, sorry, the spreader. I still need to move that rogue bale that's sat there at the other side of the fence. I'll take that straight down to its sell point. There's no point putting it into storage. So what we'll do is we'll get this and the other 2 fields done on a quick time lapse. Shouldn't take that long with this working width. And then we will probably, I think, finish the episode there. So let's get this done. Let's get the weed sprayed off and we can move on then to February. Right, last little bit, spraying in dark. Forget how early it gets dark when we're in the winter months on this game. We did have a beautiful sunset though when we were doing the last field. It looked very picturesque. Let's just have a quick check on map. I used way more herbicide than I wanted to. We've missed a little bit there. And that patch on 51, we're probably going to have to get that patch on 51. Not so much of an issue, that little bit on 53. Okay, I'll go grab that patch on 51 just to get that boxed off completely. Why is this not folding? We lost the crop sensor halfway through the last field. I don't think it makes much of a difference on herbicide. We didn't seem to use any less, or any more I should say, after the crop sensor switched off. So I don't think it makes any difference. Certainly does on the fertiliser, but I'm not sure if it does on herbicide. I don't think it does. But I think for now, that's gonna do it. We're gonna move on to March. We're gonna get the linseed in the ground next episode. We're gonna get the grass harvested next episode as well. Get some more silage bales going. I think we're just going to sell them off as soon as they're ready, because there's no point storing them for another 12 months when the price doesn't really change. We'll have a look at the sale when we come into February. Don't know if we're looking for anything. I don't really think we are. Other than before, like I said, if there's any lime or fertiliser. in the sale cheap, we'll take that. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to help me out. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.